Siberia is a harsh and unforgiving place for the unprepared. In this vast wilderness, danger lurks in the form of wild animals, treacherous bogs, and freezing temperatures that can plummet to -70 degrees Fahrenheit. Moreover, the sparseness of human presence means that help is often far from reach. Despite these formidable challenges, a determined 4-year-old girl named Karina Chikitova and her faithful dog embarked on a perilous journey into the Siberian wilderness, led by her father, Rodion. They resided in a remote Siberian village within the Sakha Republic, situated in the far east region of Siberia. Karina lived in a small home with her father, mother, grandmother, and her beloved dog, Nada. Karina, like most children her age, possessed an insatiable curiosity and an innate desire to explore and understand the world around her. It was this adventurous spirit that led her to make a fateful decision in July 2014 to follow her father into the wilderness of Siberia, also known as the taiga. This decision was fraught with several problems. Firstly, the taiga was a wilderness dominated by fierce predators such as bears, tigers, and wolves, all of which posed a considerable threat to human safety. Secondly, Karina had not informed her grandmother, who was responsible for her care at the time, of her intentions to accompany her father. In fact, she hadn't even informed her father of her plans. Thus, no one on the planet knew that this courageous 4-year-old girl was venturing into one of the world's most perilous terrains. Karina had her faithful companion, Nada, by her side, and this provided her with the comfort and reassurance she needed. However, when her mother, Talina, realized that her daughter and the dog were missing, she grew increasingly alarmed. At first, Talina assumed that her daughter and Nada had followed Rodion to his native village. Unfortunately, Siberia's remote areas lacked reliable cell phone coverage, preventing Talina from checking her daughter's whereabouts. She anxiously awaited news from her husband. Unbeknownst to Talina, Karina followed her father until she inadvertently lost track of his trail, leaving her stranded in the Siberian wilderness with Nada. The daunting challenges of the wilderness, including the presence of bears and wolves, loomed over them. Talina, growing increasingly worried, eventually learned from her husband that Karina was not with him in his home village. Faced with the grim realization that her daughter was missing in the dangerous Siberian wilderness, Talina contacted the authorities for help. In response to the distressing situation, a 100-person rescue team was dispatched to search for Karina. Armed with rifles to fend off bears, they scoured the wilderness on foot and by helicopter. However, despite their extensive efforts, the search proved futile, and Karina remained elusive. Then, 9 days after her disappearance, a breakthrough occurred. Nada, the family dog, returned to their home, but Karina was not with her. Instead of providing comfort, this development deepened Talina's fears. She articulated her concerns, saying, "If she was to hug her puppy, we thought this would have given her a chance to survive. So when her dog came back, we thought, that's it. Even if she was alive, and chances were slim, now she would have definitely lost all hope." However, Nada's return was not aimless. She appeared determined to convey a crucial message. The dog led the group of rescuers, guiding them deeper into the wilderness. Yet, even as they followed Nada, the authorities remained uncertain whether they were nearing Karina's location. 3 days later, marking the 12th day since Karina's disappearance, rescue workers discovered a child-sized footprint alongside a dog's paw print on a riverbed. Notably, Karina's footprint indicated she was barefoot, a significant detail for the investigators. This observation led them to believe that Karina was likely not in the dense woods, where sharp sticks would have been a painful impediment to her bare feet. This vital clue prompted a new search plan, and the following morning, their efforts bore fruit. Just 20 meters from their initial search area, a rescue worker spotted a peculiar lump concealed in a patch of tall grass. The entire rescue crew hurried to the spot, and there they found Karina nestled in the grass. She was hungry, thirsty, exhausted, and covered in mosquito bites, but miraculously, she was alive. The rescue team provided her with tea before transporting her to the nearest hospital. During her hospital stay, physicians determined that there would be no lasting physical damage to Karina. A psychologist evaluated her mental state and found it to be surprisingly stable, considering her traumatic ordeal, highlighting her remarkable mental fortitude. Karina's survival in the Siberian wilderness was nothing short of extraordinary. She revealed to reporters and her family that she had sustained herself by consuming wild berries and drinking from the river. Additionally, her loyal companion, Nada, provided warmth at night and companionship during the day. Although Karina initially chided her dog, asking, "Why did you leave me?" in reference to their 3 days of separation, she eventually came to understand and appreciate the invaluable support and protection that Nada had provided her. In her own words, Karina acknowledged Nada's heroic role, stating, "It was Nada who rescued me. I was really scared. But when we were going to sleep, I hugged her, and together we were warm." Karina's remarkable story captured the hearts of all who heard it, and the local community even honored her and her loyal dog with a statue, celebrating their incredible strength and resilience. Quite an achievement for a 4-year-old and her faithful companion, wouldn't you say? In the end, Karina made a complete recovery, and by 2018, she was attending a ballet boarding school located 350 miles away from the village she had wandered away from years ago. Her teachers recognized her talent and believed she had the potential to compete in Russia's highly competitive ballet scene. When she first started her classes, Karina was quite reserved, noted a leader at the boarding school. She has since undergone a remarkable transformation, becoming more open, sociable, friendly, and independent. She has made many friends who adore her. However, amidst her success in the world of ballet and the friendships she cultivated, Karina never forgot her faithful friend who had played a pivotal role in her survival, Nada, the devoted canine. In today's world, advanced technologies and the presence of others typically make it difficult to become truly lost. However, in certain remote areas like rural Siberia, connectivity to the digital world can be sparse. 15-year-old Svetlana Eve spent her entire life in the Gaidan Peninsula, a frigid region in northern Siberia. Svetlana yearned for a life beyond the repetitive routine she shared with her family. Much like others in her community, Svetlana and her family herded reindeer to make a living. Although it wasn't the most thrilling profession, it instilled Svetlana with a deep sense of confidence in navigating Siberia's rugged terrain. While she remained at home, Svetlana couldn't help but wish she were with her brother, who was spending the summer at a different camp some distance away. She imagined he was enjoying exciting adventures that were out of her reach. In reality, her brother's camp was only 4 miles away. Svetlana believed that covering this short distance would be a breeze, considering her familiarity with the terrain. Consequently, she set out to visit her brother, embarking on the journey alone and without navigation aids. As hours passed, panic set in for Svetlana. She should have reached her brother by now, but instead, she found herself stranded in the wilderness, far from any signs of civilization. Dizziness overwhelmed her. Back at home, Svetlana's family grew increasingly concerned. She had never ventured out alone for such an extended period, prompting her uncle Ivan to organize a search party composed of family members and neighbors. They were determined to find her. However, Ivan understood the vast expanse of the Siberian wilderness. While they could speculate on the general direction Svetlana had taken, their knowledge only went so far. She could have easily lost her way and changed her course. Svetlana's predicament was further complicated when she realized that she needed to focus on survival while waiting for help to arrive. She was confident that rescue efforts were underway, but she also understood that it might take some time for them to reach her. In the meantime, she needed to find sustenance. Svetlana's determination led her to discover some cloudberries. Although they were half frozen and unripe, they provided her with a source of food. As time continued to pass, she kept moving, all the while remaining vigilant for potential dangers that lurked in the tundra, such as Arctic wolves. Night after night, Svetlana faced the challenge of surviving the extreme temperature fluctuations. While daytime temperatures occasionally reached 80 degrees Fahrenheit, the nighttime cold could plunge well below freezing. Despite the harsh conditions, she persevered, using her willpower to stay alive. Svetlana's condition deteriorated to the point where she could no longer walk. Nevertheless, her determination to survive compelled her to continue crawling on her hands and knees. Time was running out, and she knew it. Uncle Ivan and the search party persisted in their efforts, but they found no trace of Svetlana, who had been missing for over 2 weeks. They had spotted some brown bears in the area, leading to fears that a bear might have attacked and taken her to its den. Then, in an unexpected turn of events, Ivan spotted a figure on the horizon. It was moving toward him. Without hesitation, he ran toward the figure, hoping for a miracle. It was Svetlana. Although her body bore the marks of her harrowing journey, and she was emotionally drained, she had somehow managed to stay alive. Ivan resisted the urge to scold her for her impulsive actions and arranged for her to receive a medical examination. Given their remote location on the Gaidan Peninsula, Svetlana did not have immediate access to a full medical staff. A helicopter was dispatched to transport her to a hospital. During the flight, she shared her incredible story with those on board. Svetlana's resourcefulness in the wilderness astonished everyone. Despite being just a young girl, she successfully gathered essential resources from the wild while navigating the tundra's many hazards. Her vital signs remained stable, and doctors found no immediate threats to her life. As a precaution, Svetlana's family decided to keep her in the hospital in Tazovsky, allowing her to fully recuperate. They were immensely thankful that she had survived the ordeal and hoped that after her harrowing adventure, Svetlana would be content spending time at home once more.